going on YouTube? It's your boy Cody bringing you a brand new video. It's been a little minute, and it's definitely been a minute since I gave you an update on my girl's spot. So we're going to jump right into it because I did do some pretty cool things today with her tank. I'm going to hop into the kind of more touchy subject first. So I don't like to heat from the top down, but she still has her heat mat, but I just got a little infrared basking lamp. I did the heat emitter. Honestly, I did my research and I should have just kind of stuck with my guns. But honestly, I didn't really have the money for the heat emitter. It would have been like an extra $40. I spent $201 on her today. So I ended up getting a basking lamp, infrared basking lamp. Doesn't produce, it's red, doesn't produce that much light. And that's only for like emergencies because it's been getting really cold here in Florida and our house unfortunately doesn't have heat. It only has emergency heat. So there's really no way for me to help out, by turning the heat on with air temperature because it got really cold in this tank. And today I went to clean her tank, and as I'm holding her, me and my dad both realized she's pretty cold, and that can't be healthy. So I definitely immediately basically just went to the pet store and freaking tried to get some supplies because I couldn't have her being cold. I don't want her to get sick. I don't want her to die. I love her with all my heart. So before I do any research though on anything, I normally go to Leopard Gecko's channel, and she's very useful. I mean, some people, it's a very touchy subject with this, but like I said, I'm only turning it on to I only had it on today for like 2.5 hours, and within that time, that was at about 80 degrees. Now it's sitting at a nice cozy 90 degrees where her heat mat is. It just jump started it, and there's a little heat in the corner. It didn't get too hot. I didn't have it on for very long, and that's a very low wattage. It's a 50 watt, I believe. So it's a low wattage heat lamp, and I'm just using that just for emergencies. When it does this cold snap is over, I'm going to end up taking that out and probably swapping it with my other infrared light, which produces no heat. So, and then the second thing I got, which cost me $110 with the bulb, was the UVB UVA light. I did a lot of research on that, and I feel like that has more benefits than anything. But one of my main concerns was when I bought this log, which I'll get into in a second, you had to have it 6 inches away from the light because you don't want them getting burned. And I scooted it towards the front, and I'm pretty confident that is at least 6 inches away, because the bulb is more towards the back, and I pushed that all the way back as far as I could, and I pushed that all the way forward. So basically I got this log just so she could climb up and down as she needed, or as she wanted. If she wants, a little more UVB light or whatever, she can control that on her own. And then I pushed her water dish. I took her food dish out of here. I'm just going to calcium dust. The only thing that I don't like about calcium dusting is it makes the repti carpet really dirty, but it's just unfortunately a problem you kind of got to deal with. Eventually, I would like to get 2 more or so repti carpets. The guy at PetSmart was telling me, I don't really like to shop at PetSmart, but when you need quick supplies like that, it's kind of your only option. He was telling me when he had his bearded dragon, he had like 3 repti carpets, and he would always keep 2 clean so that when he took one out to wash, he would just throw in another one. I said, that's a pretty good idea, so maybe I can just get some extra and then be able to do that. Because I had to wash her tank, her repti carpet, and kind of hold her for 15 minutes while I washed it, dried it, all that. The last thing I got her was a Moist Hide. I had the Tupperware container before, but I really like these cave designs by, I believe Zoo Med makes those. I'm not too sure who makes those. I think that's who makes those. I really, really like those, and I didn't really want that big of one. As you can see, compared to her dry hide, how much bigger the Moist Hide is. Definitely a big difference, but it's okay. That's unfortunately the smallest one they had in stock. I definitely wanted a smaller one, but that'll do just fine. She can climb all over. She was climbing on it earlier when she was exploring her tank. It does look really neat, and that's actually where she's at right now. So she seems to be, as soon as I turned this heat lamp on and it got a little toasty, warmer in there, and I had the UVB light on just for like an hour and a half today because I want to slowly introduce her to the UVB. She was really happy, and that made me really happy. She was, out wagging her little tail, moving it around. She just climbing on everything, exploring. She seemed really happy. So I will give you guys an update, how she's taking to it. I'm definitely going to ease her into the UVB, and I'm only going to keep it on like at max of like I think 8 hours a day is what's recommended, but I'm going to do a little more research on that. But I believe that's what is recommended. I think that's what Leopard Gecko said she was doing, was like 8 hours a day or something like that, because I know you don't want to leave it on too long. So basically, like, I guess like before I go to work, and then as soon as I come home, just turn it off or something like that. So it's not on too long, or maybe like right before I go to, like when I get home from work for a couple hours, and then turn it off would be good. They do have reptile timers for it, which I eventually possibly want to get. Just right now, $30 is kind of expensive. I'm going to scuba diving school here in a couple weeks, and it's draining me. So that's why $201 stay was just, it hit me hard. But scuba school, it was awesome. They're having a sale $50 off right now, as I needed to buy stuff for her, so it helps a lot. I'm pretty confident she can be in this cage the rest of her life, but if I need to upgrade it to, fit some more, just give her a little more room. I definitely have no problem doing that later in the future, but she should be good in this for at least a little good while. I don't see her growing much bigger. She's about 7 inches, I'd say right now. Pretty good size. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you did enjoy. Please smash that like button. Let me know if you guys have any suggestions, especially about the heat bulb, if that was a good option. Like I said, I don't really agree with them, but it's kind of an emergency situation. I'm not going to keep it on all day or anything like that, just when I need it, a few hours here and there. Please, guys, I love it when other, reptile owners give me feedback, because if it's beneficial to me, then if it's hurting my animal, then I'm obviously not going to do it. So, but I did do some research into it, and I went with that just because it was an emergency situation and it was really cold in there, and she was almost cold to the touch. So, I had to do something about it, and I acted really, really quickly, and I had to get this done today. So she seems a lot happier. I feel the heat mat, everything just feels a lot warmer in there. This light's been off for a couple hours, and that heat mat's maintaining a temperature about 90 degrees right now. Normally I keep it anywhere from like 87 to 92. It fluctuates, but right now it's been at 90 for a good minute. So, not bad at all. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.